Comprehend business systems. For the fourth secret, Kaufman develops the idea of business as a complex system, kind of like a huge interconnecting puzzle. Understanding this system is vital to improving efficiency and boosting your business performance. It's like a map that guides you towards smart strategies and growth. Whether you're looking at your organizational structure, supply chain, or customer relations, spotting bottlenecks, areas that could work together better, or places that need improvement can seriously boost your efficiency and profits. But just understanding your business isn't the end game. You've got to dissect it. It's like taking a magnifying glass to each piece of your business puzzle, seeing how it works and how it fits in with the other pieces. This way, you can identify golden opportunities and weak spots. Analyzing your system can also help you see any threats looming on the horizon and give you a heads up on potential problems. This forward-thinking approach can save you resources, help avoid disruptions, and sharpen your strategy. For example, if you know a piece of machinery is about to give out, you can replace it in time, avoiding a costly hiccup. Kaufman also stresses the importance of always striving for improvement. Always be on the lookout for ways to do better, offer more value, and stay ahead of the competition. Say your production line has a bottleneck at the assembly stage, you could add more assembly stations or automate some tasks to make things go smoother. Doing this could increase your output and maybe even your profits. Examples of strategies for improving your system are reducing waste, ramping up efficiency, and introducing innovative solutions. So use Kaufman's book as a roadmap to entrepreneurial mastery. If you like this video, feel free to watch this one. I'm sure you'll love it too. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
You want to invest in the stock market, but don't know anything about trading? ETFs are a good way. In this video, we will first explore what are ETFs, their intrinsic values and drawbacks, and at the end of the video, we will compare various ETFs to help you make more informed decisions and align your ETF choices with your overall investment strategy and risk tolerance. First, what are ETFs? ETFs, or exchange-traded funds, are a class of investment funds. Much like stocks, they're traded on major exchanges. An analogy might be seeing them as a basket, a collection of assets, be it stocks, bonds, or commodities. They are proposed by various issuers such as BlackRock, Vanguard, Schwab, and Slate Street Global Advisors for the most famous. There are different types of ETFs. They can be classified depending on the asset type, stocks, bonds, real estate, currencies, or commodities, for example, or depending on the market location, US, entire world, Asia Pacific, Latin America, or depending on company's size, large caps, mid caps, small caps, or depending on sector, such as energy or healthcare, for example, or depending on whether they represent a physical or a synthetic replication of the assets they include. Let me explain. In the case of physical replication, when you buy the ETF, you do buy, for example, the stocks included in it, while in the case of synthetic replication, you do not. The ETF only tries to mimic as closely as possible the value of the stocks included in it. Or they can also be classified depending on whether they are based on growth or on dividends. Let me explain. Companies might decide to keep their profit to further develop and expand, or they might pay part of their profit as dividends to their shareholders. Let's explore the advantages of ETFs. When you buy an ETF, you basically buy a whole lot of assets. Of course, this has several advantages. Diversification. With a single purchase, you can have exposure to a plethora of assets. Flexibility. ETFs can be sold or bought anytime during trading hours. Cost effectiveness. Generally, ETFs have low expense ratios below 0.1% and are much lower than traditional mutual funds. It's easy and fast to implement. You basically have no research to do to know what to buy. Hence, it is very little work, and even if you know nothing about stock exchange, it's really straightforward. Dividend yields. Many ETFs offer attractive dividend yields. This is great if you want to live from your investment, but on the other hand, you should keep in mind that a dividend is money which is not reinvested to grow the business. However, it's not all rosy. Let's now see the downside of ETFs. Some challenges of ETFs include liquidity issues. Not all ETFs are highly traded. This might be a problem if you need money and want to sell quickly. Tracking errors. Sometimes the synthetic replication ETFs might not precisely mimic the indexes they track. Minimum investment. Certain ETFs require a minimum amount to be invested. Based on this, let's see the criteria you should consider before buying. Before plunging into the ETF market, it's pivotal to evaluate several factors to ensure a sound investment decision. Objective. Begin by understanding the core goal of the ETF. Is it growth-oriented, value-driven, or focused on income generation? Market cap. The total market value of an ETF provides insights into its size and stability. Larger market caps often imply more stability, albeit with potentially lower growth prospects. Performance. Historical performance, while not an indicator of future results, offers insights into the ETF's track record in various market conditions. Composition. Scrutinize the assets within the ETF. A diverse composition can mitigate risks associated with any single asset class. Concentration. Ensure that the ETF isn't overly reliant on a few assets. High concentration can lead to increased volatility. Turnover. A high turnover rate can indicate frequent changes in the ETF shares, potentially leading to higher costs, while a low turnover might suggest a more stable buy and hold strategy. Max drawdown. This measures the largest single drop from peak to bottom in the value of a portfolio. A lower max drawdown can suggest lesser volatility and risk. Dividend. Examine the ETF's dividend yield and history. A consistent dividend payout might indicate a stable set of underlying assets. Expense ratio. This represents the annual fee that all ETFs charge their shareholders. It's crucial as it does impact net returns. It should be checked in light of the performance. For example, an ETF with a higher expense ratio but a high performance might be more valuable than one with a lower expense ratio but also a lower performance. Liquidity. Ensure the ETF trades sufficiently, facilitating smooth entry and exit points. With these criteria in mind, we will now examine different types of ETFs from the main issuers to help you select the best ones for you, depending on your objectives and investor profile. We will first compare 3 ETFs tracking the total US market. 1. The Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF, or VTI. It is an exchange-traded fund offered by Vanguard that aims to track the performance of the CRSP US Total Market Index. This index encompasses the entire US stock market, including thousands of stocks from companies of all sizes and sectors. 2. The iShares Core S&P Total US Stock Market ETF, which is traded under the ticker symbol ITOT. This ETF aims to provide investors with broad exposure to the entire US stock market, including large, mid, small, and micro-cap stocks, listed on the NYSE and NASDAQ stock exchanges. It is issued by BlackRock. 3. The Schwab US Broad Market ETF. With the ticker symbol SCHB, this ETF aims to track the performance of the total U.S. stock market by tracking the Dow Jones U.S. Broad Stock Market Index, providing investors with broad exposure to U.S. stocks. It is issued by Schwab. Here is a comparison of the performance of these ETFs in the last 10 years using the site portfoliovisualizer.com. Actually, all 3 graphs are overlapping, and if you had invested $10,000 in 2013 and reinvested the dividends, you would now have roughly $37,000 with all 3 ETFs. This corresponds to an average annual growth of about 13%. The max drawdown in all 3 cases is about minus 24%. Let's now compare in detail the main criteria we discussed earlier for each of these 3 ETFs with the site seekingalpha.com. The market cap is much higher for VTI. with $317.62 billion. And there is also a much higher liquidity for the ETF, with 2.81 million shares exchanged daily, corresponding to $621 million, while ITOT and SCHB are only $95 million and $34 million, respectively. The other criteria, holding, expense, and dividends, are similar between all three ETFs. Hence, I think that VTI represents a much lower risk ETF. Let's now compare ETFs tracking the global market. 1. The Vanguard FTSE All World ex-US ETF, with the ticker symbol VEU. This ETF is managed by Vanguard and aims to track the performance of the FTSE All World ex-US Index. The index includes large and mid-cap stocks from both developed and emerging markets, excluding the United States. VEU can be a useful tool for building a well-rounded and internationally diversified investment portfolio. 2. The Vanguard Total World Stock ETF, with the ticker VT. This ETF is also issued by Vanguard and aims to track the performance of the CRSP US Total Market Index, which includes both US and international stocks. It provides investors with exposure to a broad and diversified portfolio of global stocks. 3. The iShares Core MSCI EAFE ETF, with ticker symbol IEFA. The issuer is BlackRock, and it seeks to track the MSCI EAFE IMI Index, composed of large and mid-capitalization developed market equities, excluding the US and Canada, but including Europe, Australia, and the Far East. 4. The Schwab ETF SCHF, which stands for Charles Schwab International Equity ETF. It is an ETF offered by Charles Schwab tracking the performance of the FTSE Developed ex-US Index. The index includes large and mid-cap stocks from developed countries outside the United States. Let's first analyze a graph comparing the performance of the three ETFs excluding the US market, VEU, IEFA, and SCHF, in the last 10 years. If you had invested $10,000 in 2013 and reinvested the dividends, you would now have about $17,000 with SCHF, $16,000 with VEU, and $17,700 with IEFA. This corresponds to an average annual growth of about 5.16%, 4.55%, and 5.51% respectively. The max drawdown in two cases is about minus 27% and minus 28% for IEFA. If you remember the previous analysis, for the US total market, the average annual growth was around 13%, while the max drawdown was in the same range as those ones. Hence, let's compare now VT and VEU, which respectively include and exclude the US market. There is a huge difference of performance of these two ETFs, with an average annual growth of about 8.99% for VT, which includes the US market, and only 4.55% for VEU, which excludes it. About half the performance with a max drawdown in the same range, minus 25% versus minus 27%. Let's now compare the other criteria for all four ETFs. The number of holdings is similar for VEU and IEFA, around 3,000 companies, while it is of about 1,500 for SCHF and 9,600 for VT. The expenses and dividends are within the same range for all four. The market cap is about $30 billion for VEU, VT, and SCHF, and $98 billion, about 3 times more for IEFA. Similarly, the liquidity is around $100 million for VEU, VT, and SCHF, and $442 million, about 4 times more for IEFA. Hence, I think that IEFA is clearly the best if the US market is excluded, with higher market cap, higher liquidity, and higher performance. But as we have seen before, the performance is much higher when the US market is included in the ETF with VT. The choice of including or not the US market depends on you and your strategy. We will now compare the ETFs which track the S&P 500 index, which is the stock market index tracking the stock performance of 500 of the largest companies listed on the stock exchanges in the United States. We will analyze 1. The Vanguard S&P 500 ETF with ticker VOO is a popular exchange-traded fund that is proposed by Vanguard. 2. The iShares Core S&P 500 ETF, which trades under the ticker symbol IVV. It is issued by BlackRock. 3. The SPDR S&P 500 ETF Trust, with the ticker SPY. The issuer of the SPY ETF is State Street Global Advisors. SPY is structured as a unit investment trust, UIT. It holds the actual stocks in the S&P 500 in the same proportions as the index. Let's first assess the performance of these ETFs. As could be expected, all three graphs are overlapping and performance over the last 10 years are similar, with an average annual growth of about 13% and a max drawdown of about minus 23%. Hence, we have to examine the other criteria to check if there is any difference. SPY shows a higher market cap with above $400 billion, while the other two are about $300 billion. Similarly, the liquidity is also much higher with $32 billion exchanged daily for SPY, while VOO and IVV are only around $1.5 billion. The other criteria are similar, except for the expense ratio, which is 0.09% for SPY and 0.03% for the other two, 1/3. This is rather high. Hence, I would rather recommend VOO, which shows the best dividend yield and growth rate of the other two. You might be interested in living from your investment, and therefore from an income-oriented portfolio. Let's now see ETFs which have been designed mostly to pay high dividend rates. We will analyze 1. The Vanguard High Dividend Yield ETF, with the ticker VYM. It is offered by Vanguard and aims to track the performance of the FTSE High Dividend Yield Index. This index includes a broad range of large cap and mid cap US stocks, primarily focusing on those with above average dividend yields. 2. The iShares Select Dividend ETF, or DVY, issued by BlackRock. The ETF tracks the performance of the Dow Jones U.S. Select Dividend Index, which is composed of high dividend-yielding U.S. equities. Historically, this ETF has had significant allocations to sectors like utilities, financials, and industrials, among others. However, this can change over time. 3. The Schwab U.S. Dividend Equity ETF, with the ticker symbol SCHD, which is managed by Charles Schwab. This ETF is designed to track the performance of the Dow Jones U.S. Dividend 100 Index, which includes high dividend-yielding U.S. stocks. If we first compare the performance of these ETFs over the past 10 years, SCHD is clearly above the other two with an average annual growth of almost 13%, while the other two are about 10% and 11%. The max drawdown of SCHD is about minus 22%, lower than the other two. Regarding the other criteria, the market cap of SCHD is similar to that of VYM, with about $49 billion, with about 1/4 of the number of holdings, 100 versus 400, a much higher dividend growth rate over the last 5 years, more than double, and also higher liquidity with about double volume of exchange shares daily, 2.69 million. Hence, the conclusion here is easy. SCHD is clearly the winner. The ETFs analyzed so far were composed of stocks. Let's now see ETFs composed of bonds. Before we dive into this, it is important to note several points. First, what are bonds? Bonds are financial instruments that represent a form of debt. When you buy a bond, you are essentially lending money to the issuer in exchange for periodic interest payments, the coupon, and the return of the bond's face value, also known as its principal, at a specified future date, known as the maturity date. Bonds are commonly used by governments, municipalities, corporations, and other entities to raise capital for various purposes. Bonds can be bought and sold in the secondary market before their maturity date. The market price of a bond may be different from its face value and is influenced by factors such as changes in interest rates, credit quality, and market demand. some bonds are callable, meaning the issuer has the option to repay the bond before its maturity date. This feature can affect the bond's price and potential returns. Bonds are considered less risky than stocks, as they provide a more predictable stream of income based on regular interest payments at fixed intervals, which are predetermined at the time of purchase. However, they come with their own set of risks, primarily related to interest rate changes and credit risk. The risk that the issuer of the bond may default on its payments. Interest rate increases can lead to a decrease in the value of existing bonds, potentially impacting their resale value. Stocks, on the other hand, offer the potential for capital appreciation over the long term, but they also carry higher market volatility and uncertainty. In this part, we will assess various bond-based ETFs. 1. The Vanguard Total Bond Market Index, with the ticker BND offered by Vanguard. The BND ETF seeks to track the performance of the Bloomberg Barclays U.S. Aggregate Float-Adjusted Index, which includes a wide range of U.S. government, corporate, and mortgage-backed bonds. 2. The iShares 20-plus year Treasury Bond ETF, or TLT. This ETF tracks the performance of the ICE U.S. Treasury 20-plus year bond index. This index consists of U.S. Treasury bonds with maturities greater than 20 years, long-term, and is managed by BlackRock. These bonds are usually considered to be among the safest investments available because they are backed by the U.S. government. 3. The Schwab Intermediate Term U.S. Treasury ETF, with ticker SCHR. This ETF is offered by Charles Schwab and is designed to track the performance of the Bloomberg Barclays U.S. Treasury 3 to 10 year bond index. It provides investors with exposure to U.S. Treasury bonds with maturities ranging from 3 to 10 years. Let's compare the performance of the three ETFs over the last 10 years. As you can see, there is a huge volatility of the TLT ETF and an average annual growth of below or around 1%, which is really low compared to stock-based ETFs analyzed before, and the max drawdown is minus 41%. The best choice is clearly BND, with the highest market cap, almost $95 billion, the highest performance, although very low, the highest diversification, with almost 18,000 holdings. As you might have understood, I am not a fan of bond-based ETFs. However, it's essential to consider your overall investment goals and risk tolerance, and a well-diversified portfolio may include a mix of both asset classes to achieve a balanced investment strategy and cover all market conditions. Another way to potentially diversify your portfolio without directly purchasing and managing physical real estate properties is to buy an ETF composed of real estate assets. So let's explore the following ETFs. 1. The Vanguard Real Estate ETF, or VNQ. This ETF is managed by Vanguard Group and is designed to track the performance of the MSCI US Investable Market Real Estate 2550 Index. The ETF primarily invests in real estate investment trusts, REITs, which are companies that own or finance income-producing real estate across various sectors, such as residential, commercial, and industrial properties. VNQ typically pays dividends to its investors, making it attractive if you are an income-oriented investor. 2. The iShares US Real Estate ETF, with the ticker IYR. This ETF is designed to track the performance of the Dow Jones US Real Estate Capped Index. It allows you to gain exposure to a diversified portfolio of US real estate assets, including real estate investment trusts and other real estate-related companies. 3. The Schwab US REIT ETF, with the ticker symbol SCHH. It is managed by Charles Schwab Investment Management. It tracks the performance of the Dow Jones Equity US All REIT Capped Index, which gauges the performance of publicly traded real estate investment trusts, REITs, in the United States. The ETF's portfolio would typically include holdings from various sectors such as residential, retail, office, industrial, and more. The performance of these ETFs is subject to the risks associated with real estate, such as changes in property values, interest rates, and market demand. Let's first examine and compare the performance of these ETFs over the last 10 years. If you had invested $10,000 in 2013 and reinvested the dividends, you would now have roughly $19,000 with both VNQ and IYR, and only about $16,500 with SCHH. This represents an average annual growth of about 6% for the first two ETFs and 4.8% for the third one, with a max drawdown of minus 29% for the VNQ and IYR and minus 30% for SCHH. Hence, VNQ seems to be the best. This is confirmed by the other criteria we discussed. VNQ appears to have the highest market cap with almost $32 billion, the highest dividend yield with 4.66%, while the other two are only slightly above 3%, and the second highest liquidity with 4.39 million shares exchanged daily, corresponding to $356 million. Hence, the winner is clearly VNQ. Now, to give an overview of our conclusions, we will compare the podium top ETF of each class we studied. These are VTI for total US market, IEFA for global market excluding US, VOO for S&P 500 tracking, SCHD for high dividend paying ETFs, BND for bonds ETF, and VNQ for real estate. Here is the performance graph comparison of the performance of these ETFs. The three ETFs based on US stocks, VTI, VOO, and SCHD show the highest performance of about 13%, with slightly better results for VOO and similar max drawdown data for all three, slightly above 20%. Then come the global and real estate ETFs IEFA and VNQ, with around 6% average annual growth, slightly better for VNQ, but with max drawdowns higher than those of the US market ETFs, about 29%, despite a lower performance. And then the bond ETF BND with only about 1% average annual growth, less than inflation with a max drawdown of 17%. However, if one considers the other criteria, especially dividend yield and expense ratio, the ranking is very different. The highest dividends are paid by VNQ, real estate, with 4.66%, but also the highest expense ratio of 0.12%. Then comes SCHD with 3.53%. This seems logical as it is the dividend-designed ETF. The expense ratio is 0.06%, half that of VNQ for only 1.3 times lower dividends. The third on the dividend podium is BND, the bond ETF with 2.99% and only 0.03% expense ratio, a fourth of VNQ, for 1.5 times lower dividends. Then comes IEFA, the global market ETF with 2.44% dividend yield and a relatively high expense ratio of 0.07%. And only then comes VTI and VOO, the US market ETFs, which were the winners of the performance criteria. All these ETFs have high market cap and high liquidity, so there shouldn't be any concerns on those aspects. Hence, the choice really depends on you, what you expect most, dividends or long-term performance, and if you prefer to invest only on the US stock market or diversify more with real estate, bonds, or global stock market. But whichever way, I highly recommend investing in ETFs. If you want an even better performance with a lower drawdown, you can also copy my portfolio. Let's compare the results of my portfolio with the two best performing ETFs we just analyzed, VTI and VOO, since 2016. The two ETFs have a performance of about 17% per year, while my portfolio shows an average annual growth rate of more than 22%. But maybe you think, yes, okay, but this is with very high volatility. Nope. The max drawdown of the two ETFs is around minus 20%, while that of my portfolio is around minus 15% only, almost 5% less than those of the two ETFs. And this is without taking into account my secret booster. If we now compare the performance with that secret booster since 2016, the average annual growth is almost 30%, with only a slightly higher drawdown, minus 15.74% instead of minus 15.39% without that booster. So it's entirely up to you and your strategy. You can either buy ETFs and spend time only when you buy them, or dedicate a few minutes per month to your investments, as my portfolio is updated every month and have a better performance. But take good care of your money. If you do nothing, you lose daily, just because of inflation. If you liked this video, feel free to watch this one, which is complimentary. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Today we are talking about Howard Schultz, a man who transformed a simple beverage, coffee, into Starbucks' empire valued $115 billion. We'll see his journey from childhood in Brooklyn to the helm of Starbucks. In this video, we'll delve into Howard Schultz's life story, his remarkable achievements, explore what makes him one of the most successful figures in global business. At the end of the video, we will see the 7 lessons you can replicate immediately to reach your business goals. Early life and education. Howard D. Schultz was born on July 19, 1953, into a working-class family living in the Canarsie Bayview housing projects in Brooklyn, New York. Schultz was the oldest of 3 children, raised by parents who worked hard with low-wage jobs to give a decent living to their children. His mother, Elaine, was a receptionist, and his father, Fred, held various jobs, including driving a cab and truck, before finally working as a cloth diaper delivery driver. His father injured his ankle while working. With no health insurance and the lack of a steady income, the family fell into economic hardship. This incident left an indelible mark on Schultz and shaped his belief in a company's responsibility towards its employees, a value he later embedded in Starbucks culture. With the permanent weight of poverty, Schultz understood the value of ambition and hard work at a tender age. Sports became an outlet for his energy and drive, and he was an avid athlete, particularly gifted in football. Thanks to his sporting prowess, he won a football scholarship to Northern Michigan University. He was the first in his family to attend college. At Northern Michigan University, Schultz found himself in unfamiliar territory. A working-class kid from Brooklyn, among the middle-class majority, was a stark contrast that made him question his place in the world. After realizing that football was not his future, Schultz's interest gravitated towards communications. He saw the power of words and their potential to influence people and graduated in 1975 with a bachelor's degree in speech communications. Schultz's early years might seem inconsequential compared to the towering success he achieved later. However, the values of hard work, resilience, and ambition, which deeply rooted in his upbringing, would come to define his leadership style at Starbucks. These formative years were instrumental in shaping Schultz into the iconic entrepreneur we know today. Funding of Starbucks. In the early 1980s, Howard worked as an appliance salesman for Hammerplast, the U.S. subsidiary of PI Partners, a Swedish kitchenware manufacturer. He noticed that he was selling a lot of coffee makers to a small enterprise in Seattle, Washington, known then as the Starbucks Coffee, Tea, and Spice Company, and decided to visit the owners of Starbucks. The company's original owners, Jerry Baldwin, Gordon Boker, and Zev Siegel, had founded Starbucks in 1971. The genesis of Schultz's story with Starbucks is a remarkable tale of intuition and determination. At the time, Starbucks was primarily a seller of whole bean coffees and did not brew coffee to sell. Their approach, which consisted of teaching the customers the art of coffee making, while they'd focused on selling coffee beans, made the store very popular. This approach and the enthusiasm impressed 29-year-old Howard, and he was literally begging for a job at Starbucks and bothering its director, Jerry Baldwin, with phone calls. Days later, Howard became the marketing and retail operations director at Starbucks and moved to Seattle. However, a pivotal trip to Milan in Italy in 1983 would soon change the trajectory of Schultz's life and the destiny of Starbucks. Italy and its vibrant cafe culture became a turning point in Schultz's understanding of what Starbucks could potentially offer beyond selling beans. He saw how Italian espresso bars were not only places where coffee was consumed, but were the pulse of Italy's social life, a place for conversation and community. This revelation birthed an ambitious vision in Schultz, one where he saw Starbucks transforming into a place offering a unique third-place experience between home and work for Americans. Schultz returned to the U.S. with the recipes for latte and cappuccino, which tripled Starbucks' earnings over the next year. But he was also full of ideas and presented his vision to the owners of Starbucks. Starbucks should shift from being only a coffee bean seller to also being a coffee drink seller and establish cozy coffee bars and offer American people socializing possibilities in places better than fast food restaurants, which were the most common places at the time. However, his dream of turning Starbucks into a chain of espresso bars did not resonate with them, leading to a divergence in paths. The founders believed that such an approach would cause their shop to lose its uniqueness. Not discouraged by this rejection and driven by his strong belief in his innovative concept, Schultz decided to embark on his own journey. In 1985, with the conviction of an entrepreneur and the zeal of a man on a mission, Schultz opened his own coffeehouse chain called Il Giornale, named after a popular Italian newspaper. The first Il Giornale coffee shop, opened in Seattle, was a great success, as 300 people visited it during its first working days. However, the journey of funding the Il Giornale chain was not easy. Funding a new business venture always comes with its fair share of challenges. Schultz needed to persuade investors to believe in his dream, a dream that did not yet exist in the physical world, but only in his mind. Convincing 242 investors to pour $1.6 million into his vision was no small accomplishment, but Schultz managed it through his sheer determination and powers of persuasion. Il Giornale was a success and expanded quickly, and Schultz's dream began taking tangible shape. But the journey was far from over. In 1987, the original Starbucks was up for sale, and Schultz saw an opportunity. With the financial success of Il Giornale, he raised enough capital to buy Starbucks for $3.8 million. It was a significant moment that marked the end of one journey and the start of another. Schultz merged Il Giornale with Starbucks and became the CEO of the restructured company, marking the dawn of Starbucks' golden era. There was a bar counter in every single store where professional baristas, experts in coffee preparation, were grinding coffee beans, brewing coffee, and serving fresh coffee. A barista was supposed to know all regular customers by their names and also remember their preferences. This is the model on which Starbucks was built. Schultz also developed new innovative strategies to attract customers and set up the way people perceive Starbucks. His audacious vision, relentless pursuit of his dream, and strategic funding efforts formed the cornerstone of the Starbucks we know today. Meanwhile, Howard Schultz never forgot the promise he made in childhood, which was to bring everyone along if he found himself in a position where he could make a difference. He came up with a code of behavior for Starbucks, insisting on the benefits given by well-organized teamwork and the necessity of constant improvement of coffee quality. While developing Starbucks at the national level, he also focused on the human factor, which he called the most intelligent and far-sighted model of acting. In 1992, Schultz decided to make Starbucks a public company. In June of the same year, he put its shares on the New York Stock Exchange at a price of $17 per share. In just one day, the cost rose to $21.50. By the way, if you are interested in investing in the stock market, you can copy my investment portfolio, which has an average growth of 17.89% per year since 1998. You can copy-paste what I do, with less than an hour work per month, by clicking the first link in the description of this video. In 2000, Schultz stepped down from his executive position to remain only president. However, in 2008, faced with the unprecedented economic difficulties that suddenly hit Starbucks, he came back on board and took over the operational controls of the group. In order to save Starbucks, Schultz had to take a number of strict measures, from optimizing the costs of the company and closing 900 stores to implementing new strategies to secure new growth for Starbucks. Biggest failures, greatest successes. Every entrepreneurial journey is punctuated by peaks and troughs, and Schultz's journey is no exception. His voyage at the helm of Starbucks shows that the road to enduring success is often paved with failures. Yet it is through navigating these setbacks and leveraging them as learning experiences that Schultz imprinted Starbucks into the annals of corporate history. Schultz's most notable failure came with the launch of a high-end spin-off of Starbucks called Teavana. Schultz envisioned Teavana as an upscale tea bar, aiming to do for tea what Starbucks had done for coffee. However, the concept failed to resonate with the public. Despite an ambitious start, Teavana incurred significant financial losses, leading to a write-down of $200 million. Despite this setback, Schultz's resilience shone through. He did not perceive this failure as a dead end, but as a detour, a learning opportunity that could provide valuable insights. He acknowledged the misstep, adjusted the strategies, and remained focused on the Starbucks mission. On the other side, Schultz's greatest success undoubtedly lies in transforming Starbucks from a regional chain into a multinational conglomerate. He not only popularized cafe culture in the U.S., but also revolutionized the coffee industry worldwide. Under his leadership, Starbucks became a symbol of a third place between work and home for millions around the world, a concept entirely foreign to the coffee-drinking public before the 1990s. Schultz's vision extended beyond merely selling coffee. He embedded a unique culture into Starbucks, one that championed employee welfare and ethical sourcing of coffee beans. Under his stewardship, Starbucks became one of the first companies to offer shared benefits and health insurance to all its employees, including part-time workers. This was a revolutionary move, demonstrating that a company could be both profitable and provide for its employees' welfare. His success in turning Starbucks into a beloved brand is also reflected in the numbers. When Schultz returned as CEO in 2008, the company's market value was $15 billion. By the time he stepped down in 2017, Starbucks was worth nearly $84 billion. Today, with over 30,000 stores in more than 80 countries, the Starbucks logo, the two-tailed mermaid, is recognized around the world and valued at $115 billion. Personal life. For Howard Schultz, his personal life has been a source of strength, inspiration, and grounding, enabling him to navigate the roller coaster journey of steering Starbucks into a global brand. Schultz is a family man at heart. He has been married to Sherry Kirsch Schultz since 1982, and their bond has been a cornerstone of his stability amidst the highs and lows of his career. Together, they have 2 children, Jordan and Addison. His commitment to his family has never wavered, despite the pressing demands of his professional life. It's a proof of Schultz's belief in maintaining a balanced life, where success at work does not come at the expense of family time. Additionally, Schultz's personal life is marked by a love for sports. A childhood passion, sports have remained a constant throughout his life, and he became the part owner of the Seattle Mariners, a Major League Baseball team, and Seattle Supersonics, a basketball association. It's also worth noting that Schultz has shown interest in public service. Although he decided not to run in the end, he explored the possibility of a presidential campaign for the 2020 election. This interest in serving the public mirrors Schultz's lifelong commitment to being a force for positive change, be it in the world of business or beyond. Philanthropy. Schultz's philanthropic ventures are an extension of his personal values and his commitment to giving back to society. Along with his wife, Sherry, he co-founded the Schultz Family Foundation in 1996. The foundation focuses on unlocking potential in populations facing temporary barriers to employment, including veterans and young individuals disconnected from the world of work. This endeavor reflects Schultz's long-standing belief that everyone deserves a chance at success, a philosophy that has been a driving force behind Starbucks' employee-centric policies. In December 1994, Schultz received the Business Enterprise Trust Award for his integrity and philanthropy. 2 years later, he won the International Humanitarian Award for developing an alliance between Starbucks and CRA in support of people in coffee-producing countries. Lessons to learn. The life and career of Howard Schultz offer a wealth of lessons for investors, entrepreneurs, and businessmen. From his humble beginnings to his role in transforming Starbucks into a global brand, Schultz's journey is rich with insights that can guide others on their path to success. 1. Innovation and vision. Schultz reimagined coffee shops as social spots, a visionary idea that steered Starbucks to success. His journey underscores the importance of a compelling vision and exemplifies how innovative ideas, when coupled with astute business acumen and perseverance, can result in a business empire that can revolutionize an entire industry. 2. Embrace failure. Schultz's unsuccessful venture with Teavana underscores the inevitable nature of failure in business and underscores the importance of accurately gauging market demand and readiness. However, Schultz did not let this setback discourage him. Instead, he saw it as a learning experience. This resilience in the face of failure is a crucial lesson for every entrepreneur. 3. Value your employees. Schultz made a groundbreaking move when he offered stock options and health insurance to all Starbucks employees, even part-timers. His firm belief in taking care of his employees has set a precedent for other companies. This approach emphasizes that businesses thrive when they invest in their most valuable asset, their employees. 4. Authenticity builds loyalty. Schultz's commitment to authenticity has helped forge a strong connection with both his employees and customers. His authentic leadership style has nurtured a loyal consumer base, demonstrating that genuine relationships can serve as a cornerstone for enduring business success. 5. Persistence pays off. Schultz faced numerous obstacles in his journey, from convincing investors to fund his vision to transforming Starbucks into a global brand. Yet he never gave up. His persistence serves as a reminder that perseverance in the face of adversity often separates the truly successful entrepreneurs from the rest. 6. Social responsibility is good business. Schultz's emphasis on ethical sourcing of coffee beans and his philanthropic ventures highlight his commitment to corporate social responsibility. This approach underlines the fact that businesses can be profitable while also making a positive impact on society. 7. Balance work and life. Despite the pressures of running a global brand, Schultz has always prioritized his family. This balance between work and personal life is a lesson for all, illustrating that success in the business world should not come at the expense of personal relationships. From humble beginnings, Howard Schultz has risen to be an icon of entrepreneurship. His journey, filled with both triumphs and difficulties, has transformed a local coffee retailer into a global phenomenon. Schultz's success story illustrates the power of visionary leadership, corporate responsibility, and ability to learn from failures and persist to ultimately reach success. Don't forget to get a look at my portfolio if you want to have 10% more return each year on your investment than if you invested in the S&P 500 with a very low risk. I show you how to do that and copy-paste my personal portfolio in the link in the description of the video. If you like this video, I'm sure you'll love this incredible story too. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
You want to establish a prosperous online business, but do not know where to start? The journey becomes smoother with the right tools and techniques in your arsenal. In this video, I'll walk you through a systematic approach to building an online business and the must-have tools that can facilitate each step of the journey to establish a thriving online venture. First step: attracting prospects with landing pages and funnels. Attracting prospects, the lifeblood of any online venture, is paramount, starting with the landing page, the first impression that counts. These pages are laser-focused to prompt one action, driving towards the ultimate goal: conversion. The funnel encapsulates this journey. Essential elements of an effective landing page include an engaging headline to seize attention, clear, quality visuals to communicate your message, a distinct call to action for users to follow, trust-building testimonials and reviews, mobile responsiveness crucial for the mobile audience. Among many tools, ClickFunnels is noted for its ease of use, even for non-techies. With a simple drag-and-drop editor, it provides a variety of ready-to-use conversion-optimized templates. For details about ClickFunnels and other tools discussed in this video, refer to the links in the description. Second step: broadening your reach. Expanding your reach is crucial once you have a compelling landing page. Leveraging tools like email marketing, social media, and SEO can attract new prospects and convert interested visitors into customers. Let's start with marketing email. Email marketing stands out for its direct engagement with users through valuable content in their inboxes, which can transform prospects into loyal customers. Key email marketing practices include crafting attention-grabbing subject lines, tailoring messages to segmented audience groups, ensuring mobile optimization, complying with data protection laws. Effective email marketing fosters strong customer relationships and meaningful engagements with your audience, thereby driving sales. For this, ActiveCampaign is highly recommended. More than just an email service, it offers comprehensive automation, CRM, and analytics features. Its ease of use, versatility in integration, and robust analytics make ActiveCampaign a powerful tool for personal and impactful audience communication. Once you have their attention, the next step is engagement. This means keeping your audience interested and, more importantly, keeping your business at the forefront of their minds. The way to do this is social media management. Social media management is essential for your online business to boost your visibility, customer engagement, and growth. Key practices include maintaining an active presence to increase brand awareness, engaging with customers to foster trust and loyalty, gathering immediate feedback for product or service enhancement, driving more traffic to your website or platform. Effective social media management involves crafting content that appeals to your audience, timing your posts for maximum reach and consistency, interacting with followers to build community, analyzing engagement data to fine-tune your approach, analysis of metrics to understand performance and adjust strategies. Content Studio stands out for planning and automating social media tasks. It allows for easy scheduling and automation of posts, cross-platform content synchronization for steady audience engagement, detailed analytics to inform and improve your content strategy, collaborative tools for team content efforts. The third way to amplify attraction is the smart selection of keywords. This is called SEO, short for search engine optimization, is crucial for online visibility. Without it, your business may remain unseen and unsought. SEO encompasses on-page SEO, tailoring content and meta elements to target keywords, off-page SEO, gaining backlinks from authoritative sources that point towards your content and enhance credibility, technical SEO, optimizing site speed and mobile compatibility, keyword research, discovering what potential customers search for online. SEO benefits include boosts visibility and brings targeted traffic, increasing chances for conversion, enhances credibility, high search rankings can build user trust, provides cost-effective marketing with long-term benefits cheaper than paid advertising, offers market insights through keyword trend analysis. For comprehensive SEO analysis, SEMrush and Mangools are top tools. SEMrush provides in-depth SEO and digital marketing insights, while Mangools focuses on user-friendly keyword research and competition analysis. These tools are key in ensuring your content ranks well in search engines. For YouTube content, vidIQ is essential, offering detailed analytics and optimization tips to help your videos stand out. The third step towards success is analyzing users' behavior. To boost business success, analyze the customer journey in your sales funnel and track a potential customer's path with discovery to purchase. One way to do this is mapping out your sales funnel. The sales funnel is a metaphorical representation of the journey that your potential customers take, from the moment they become aware of your brand to the point they make a purchase. Mapping out this funnel helps in optimizing your strategies and increases the likelihood of converting a casual browser into a loyal customer. Key sales funnel stages: awareness, customers learn about your brand; interest, they engage more by subscribing or following; decision, they consider purchasing; action, they make a purchase. Regularly assess your sales funnel to identify where customers drop off and adjust your strategies for better conversion rates. Funalytics maps and analyzes your funnel, providing insights to refine tactics and improve conversion success. The second way is analyzing users' behavior on your website. This can provide valuable insights and drive modifications. The better you know your visitors, the more effectively you can cater to their needs and tailor your sales strategies. Monitor these metrics: engagement, user interaction levels, bounce rate, single-page visitors, conversion rate, actions taken like purchases or signups. Of course, once you have the data, it's essential to interpret it in the context of your business goals. For example, high traffic but low conversions may indicate a pricing issue or lack of compelling product details. A high bounce rate might reveal irrelevant content or poor user experience. Hotjar offers heat maps and session recordings to show where users click, scroll, and how they navigate through your site. With such data, you can continuously refine and optimize your website for better conversion rates. The fourth step to develop your online business is delegating and automating to work smarter, not harder. As your business grows, tasks can become overwhelming. Delegating and automating can free up your time, letting you focus on core business strategies and enhancing your efficiency. Let's first talk about delegating. Delegating can be a game changer, as it not only boosts productivity, but also allows for scalability. The key aspects of delegation are identification of tasks that are repetitive or outside your expertise, outsource to skilled individuals or services, ensure clear instructions and expectations. The platforms Fiverr and Upwork connect you with freelancers skilled in various domains, from content creation to web development, making it easy to recruit the person with the skills you need. The second way is automation. Automation refers to the use of software tools or algorithms to perform tasks typically needing human effort. It is crucial because it increases efficiency and productivity. It allows scalability and cost savings. It reduces error. We have already talked about tools to automate several key tasks. Another must-have tool is Make.com. This platform offers comprehensive tools for designing, collaborating, and publishing your content, all in one place. It offers an easy dashboard, analytics, and templates to optimize your projects. Staying organized is essential, especially as your business expands. It enhances efficiency and decision-making, projects professionalism, and lessens stress. Two elements are pivotal here. First, task and time management. ClickUp excels in task management, time tracking, goal setting, and customizable views, offering Gantt charts, Kanban boards, and collaboration tools. Its customizable views facilitate workflow, integration, and team collaboration. The second crucial aspect is to secure storage solutions, safeguarding your critical data. Data safety is paramount. Essential features for secure storage include encryption, multi-factor authentication, cloud solutions with advanced security, regular backups, and role-based access. For storage, pCloud shines as a secure cloud option, offering robust file storage with unparalleled security. It allows you to access files anywhere, anytime, across all devices. It provides file sync, shared folders, media playback, and top-notch encryption. Maintaining and growing a business requires ongoing improvement efforts, particularly in boosting conversion rates. I'll condense 5 strategies and tools discussion to maintain essential details. The first strategy is social proof. Social proof is a potent psychological tool in marketing, influencing purchasing decisions. It is based on the idea that if many people endorse a behavior or product, then it's likely a wise choice. Studies have consistently shown that showcasing satisfied customer testimonials or reviews not only boosts brand trust, but also significantly drives conversions and sales. The best tools for social proof are Wiser Notify and Nudgify. With these tools, you can guide your audience down your conversion funnel, leveraging the power of intuitive social proof pop-ups and real-time feedback. Every notification is customizable. These platforms make users act on impulse. The second strategy is live chat. Live chat emerges more and more as a pivotal tool in bridging the gap between you and your customers. Live chat is no longer just convenient. It's expected for superior customer service. It provides immediate, personable support, fostering customer loyalty and allowing you to gather insights on customer needs. Live Chat platform offers an intuitive interface that ensures swift customer interactions, accompanied by features like real-time traffic monitoring and automated greetings. Meanwhile, Olark stands out with its customizable chat box design and team performance metrics. These platforms will improve your support efficiency like never before. The third strategy is understanding your audience better. Knowing your audience is critical for effective marketing and protects you against changing consumer landscapes. Tailor your approach and make informed decisions by using surveys and feedback forms. Tools like Quiz Interact facilitate this with customizable quizzes and analytics to track user engagement, aiding in lead segmentation. The fourth strategy is selling through webinars. Webinars allow you to connect with attendees personally. demonstrate your product's value, and directly address questions. By promoting limited seats, exclusive bonuses, or time-sensitive discounts, you can leverage the psychology of fear of missing out, or FOMO, to encourage immediate signups and purchases. With follow-up emails and special offers for attendees, you can increase sales. Webinar Jam offers real-time HD streaming capabilities, interactive chat, and dynamic presentation tools, while EverWebinar will enable you to automate your sessions and enable potential customers to access them anytime. Both platforms offer seamless integrations, advanced scheduling options, and analytics to measure your success. The fifth strategy is affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is one of the most potent tools in the digital marketing toolbox. What is affiliate marketing? It is a performance-based marketing approach where a business rewards external partners, or affiliates, for generating traffic or sales. Essentially, it's a commission-based system where you only pay when a specific action like a sale occurs. Affiliate marketing matters is cost-effective. You pay affiliates only for results. It broadens your reach into new audiences and markets. It enhances your credibility, your scalability, and has SEO benefits through quality backlinks. Post Affiliate Pro platform is packed with top-tier features and offers real-time tracking, detailed reporting, and automation of your affiliate program. It offers SEO-friendly tools, direct link tracking, and an intuitive dashboard. It really helps to recruit, monitor, and reward affiliates easily and efficiently. For e-commerce businesses, centralizing sales channels can increase efficiency. With many platforms, marketplaces, and sales channels available, you have lots of options to reach your target audience. However, managing multiple outlets can be an arduous task. Centralizing your e-commerce outlets helps inventory management, efficient order processing, and data analytics. The best tool for this is Cinder. Cinder stands out by integrating with numerous e-commerce platforms like Shopify, WooCommerce, Amazon, and Square, but also with payment gateways such as Stripe, PayPal, and Square, and accounting softwares including QuickBooks and Xero, streamlining operations effectively. Always updated, Cinder's expanding integration list is worth checking on their website. The online business landscape is vast and competitive. Equip yourself with these platforms and you will witness a tangible difference in your business trajectory. If you liked this video, feel free to watch this one, which is complimentary. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
In this video, we'll talk about the 4-Hour Work Week by Timothy Ferriss. Have you ever wondered how to work less and have more time for yourself and for your loved ones? Are you fed up with your 9-to-5 job? With your boss? Do you want to live fully now rather than work hard now and enjoy life later after retirement? Then the book The 4-Hour Work Week by Timothy Ferriss, the renowned entrepreneur, is for you. This life-changing book will help you as an individual or as a businessman or woman redefine your concept of work and change your habits. It is a practical and inspiring guide to creating an ideal lifestyle that prioritizes freedom and self-fulfillment while creating an income for yourself. You will learn how to live your life full of leisure and adventure now, not after retirement, while still earning the big bucks. So let's dive in deeper immediately and give you Tim's recipe for creating a life that allows working better and having more time and freedom, a billionaire's lifestyle without necessarily having as much money in the bank. The book is divided into 4 main sections. The first section is titled D is for Definition. It will help you define what you want to achieve regarding your career, business, and personal life. It will help you determine and identify where you are now and where you intend to be. In this section, Tim Ferriss focuses on what he calls the new rich and how they can be separated from the crowds based on the kind of goals they set. Their goals always show the kind of priorities they have in their lives. The new rich define their goals, not by the ways others define them, but simply by metrics that will help them achieve what they desire. They understand themselves and their environment, and the need for them to improve their lives, and then act towards it. They also know it is important to separate time from income. The new rich have a few rules that change the rules. 1. You can multiply your money based on the number of W's that you control in your life. The W's are what you do, when you do it, where you do it, and with whom you do it. Proper understanding of these W's is the first step to goal setting and achieving your dreams in life. 2. Retirement is the worst form of insurance. As an entrepreneur, you must ensure that you are not living your life and running your business to the sole aim of retirement. 3. Most people think more work means more money. That is wrong. Do the minimum to get the maximum. A good work is not measured by the time spent on doing it. As Tim Ferriss phrases it, focus on being productive instead of busy. 4. Work on increasing your strengths rather than fixing your weaknesses. This is the only way to convert your efforts into real results. Fixing your weaknesses will at best become mediocre. 5. Relative income is more important than absolute income. Let's take two guys. Wolf earned $50,000 a year. Dan works 80 hours per week, and Bob works 10 hours per week. Bob is clearly richer than Dan. His hourly rate is 8 times higher.